Welcome back to the dopest channel on the net. Today, we're diving into the financial strategies behind why true gangsters and criminals often amass significant wealth. Crime is wrong, illegal, and carries serious consequences. My goal here is purely educational. We're going to analyze this from a purely financial perspective. This is about understanding the dark underbelly of the financial world. So, buckle up as we take a deep dive into the shadowy world of criminal finance. Let's get started. Successful criminals diversify their income streams. Like investors, they spread risk by engaging in multiple illegal activities. This includes drug trafficking, extortion, illegal gambling, and cybercrime. If one activity is shut down, others keep the enterprise afloat. Diversification provides a safety net and capitalizes on market opportunities. They adapt to market conditions for consistent income flow. We're analyzing, not condoning, these strategies from a financial perspective. Diversification is key in both legal and illegal worlds. Let's talk about money laundering. Criminals can't deposit illegal cash without raising red flags. Money laundering disguises the origins of illegal funds. They use sophisticated techniques and shell companies. Legitimate businesses mix dirty money with legal income. Investing in assets like real estate or art is another tactic. Offshore accounts in lax regulation countries complicate tracing. Money laundering is a serious crime with severe consequences. All right, let's talk about taxes. We all know the government takes a cut, right? But what if I told you some of these gangsters are basically living tax-free? Now, I'm not saying you should become a criminal mastermind, but there's a lesson to be learned here. These guys, they're masters of minimizing their tax burden. They know the tax code inside and out, finding every loophole and deduction possible. Hire a good CPA. Learn about deductions for your business, and explore investment strategies. Every dollar you save in taxes is a dollar that stays in your pocket. It's like getting a guaranteed return on your investment. Okay, so we've talked about taxes, but let's be real. The law is a tricky thing. It's got all these little gray areas, these loopholes just waiting to be found. And trust me, these gangsters, they're experts at finding them. They know how to bend the rules without breaking them, using the law to their advantage. Think about it. Real estate depreciation, strategic bankruptcy, even something as simple as incorporating your business can have huge legal and financial benefits. These guys, they're not afraid to get creative, to find those little cracks in the system and exploit them to the max. Now, I'm not saying you should become some kind of legal eagle, but you should definitely be aware of the loopholes that exist in your industry and in your personal life. Talk to lawyers, do your research, understand the rules of the game so you can play it to your advantage. Remember, knowledge is power, and in the world of finance, knowing how to legally exploit loopholes can be the difference between just getting by and building real wealth. So, be smart, be strategic, and don't be afraid to ask questions. Now, let's talk about risk. You know, the kind that makes your heart race, your palms sweat. These gangsters, they're not afraid of a little risk. In fact, they thrive on it. They understand that with high risk often comes high reward. They're putting money into underground casinos, illicit gambling rings, even funding startups in shady industries. Are these the smartest investments? Maybe, maybe not. But they're willing to roll the dice, to bet big on opportunities that others wouldn't even touch. Now, I'm not saying you should start investing in illegal poker rings, but you should be willing to step outside your comfort zone. Don't be afraid to explore alternative investments, to diversify your portfolio with some higher risk, higher reward options. Remember, the stock market, real estate, even crypto, These can all be considered high risk, depending on your strategy. The key is to understand the risks involved, do your due diligence, and never invest more than you can afford to lose. Now, let's talk about offshore accounts. They're real and used by wealthy individuals and criminals alike. Offshore accounts offer secrecy and tax advantages. Located in countries with low taxes and strict privacy laws, attractive for hiding assets from tax authorities. It's like a secret stash of diversified assets, but they often walk a fine legal line. Legitimate for business, risky for tax evasion. The IRS is cracking down on offshore tax evasion. Penalties include massive fines and even jail time. Understand the risks and stay above board. Let's dive into real estate. Everyone uses real estate to build wealth. It's tangible, stable, and generates cash flow. Criminals use it to launder money. Buying properties with all cash makes it harder to trace. Renovating inflates value, making dirty money clean. But it's not just about laundering money. Real estate stores wealth and generates passive income. Buy rental properties, cover expenses, build equity. Potential for appreciation means more value down the road. But there are risks, like tenants, taxes, and market downturns. With research and wise investments, real estate builds long-term wealth. Let's talk about supply chains. They're involved in almost every product we use. From coffee to clothes, it's a network of suppliers, manufacturers, distributors, and retailers. Controlling key points can be lucrative, especially in less than legal industries. In the illegal drug trade, controlling the supply chain maximizes profits. You're not just a dealer, you're a kingpin. Even in legitimate businesses, controlling the supply chain gives a competitive edge. Amazon built their empire by streamlining their supply chain. The rewards can be substantial, legal or illegal. Now, let's be real for a second. We've all heard the stories, seen the movies. In organized crime, bribery and corruption are just business expenses. It's about greasing the wheels, getting things done quickly and quietly, minimizing risk, maximizing profits. A well-placed bribe can mean the difference between a shipment slipping through customs or a raid. It can mean the difference between a slap on the wrist or a lengthy prison sentence. Corrupt officials on the payroll are valuable assets. Bribery and corruption can infiltrate entire systems. It erodes public trust and undermines the rule of law. It's a dark aspect of the financial world with a real impact. In real estate, location is everything. In unconventional business, it's all about connections. It's who you know, who you trust, and who owes you. Information is currency. Connections are gold. Building a network takes time and strategy. Cultivate relationships. Understand motivations. Surround yourself with skilled people. Think of it like a diversified portfolio. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. You need fixers, informants, insiders, people who get things done. Build trust. Loyalty is precious. Networking can be used for good or bad. In the wrong hands, it's dangerous. But that's the game. We live in a digital age, a world of cryptocurrency, online marketplaces, and encrypted communication. Technology has become an indispensable part of their playbook. Take cryptocurrency, for example. The decentralized and anonymous nature of Bitcoin makes it ideal for transferring funds across borders. The illegal drug trade has moved from street corners to the dark web. Encrypted messaging apps provide a secure way to coordinate operations. GPS tracking and logistics software streamline smuggling routes. It's a constant game of cat and mouse with authorities. Now, let's talk about market gaps. You see a need that no one is filling, something people want but can't get. Think about prohibition. Suddenly, booze is illegal. Boom, market gap. People still wanted to drink, and criminals were more than happy to supply that demand. At a premium, of course. It's about being a contrarian, seeing what everyone else misses. Everyone's focused on the latest tech gadget. Maybe there's a fortune to be made in something totally old school that's been overlooked. Take fidget spinners. Remember those? For a hot minute, everyone needed one, and someone got rich supplying them. It's about spotting trends early, understanding what people want before they even know they want it. But look, I'm not saying you should become a bootlegger or start hoarding fidget toys. This is about understanding the mindset, seeing those market gaps, those unmet needs, and figuring out how to fill them. That's where the real opportunity lies. You know I love real estate, right? It's a great investment, but it's not exactly what you'd call liquid. If you need cash quick, you can't just instantly sell a property. That's where high liquidity assets come in. Think of it like this. You're holding a winning lottery ticket. You wouldn't just frame it and stick it on the wall, would you? You'd cash that thing in as soon as possible. High liquidity assets are like that winning ticket. They can be easily and quickly converted into cash. Now, I'm talking about things like stocks, bonds, even precious metals like gold. These are assets that you can sell off quickly if you need to free up some capital. And trust me, in the world of high-stakes deals and unexpected opportunities, having that liquidity can make all the difference. Remember, diversification is key. You don't want all your eggs in one basket, especially if that basket is made of liquid assets. Having a mix of high liquidity and long-term investments is a smart strategy, no matter what game you're in. Let's talk about front businesses. Now, you might be thinking, what's more legit than a laundromat? You're literally cleaning things, and you wouldn't be wrong. But that's exactly why they make such perfect fronts. They're ordinary, unassuming, and they generate a steady stream of cash. See, the brilliance of a front business is its simplicity. It provides a cover, a way to blend in and make your ill-gotten gains look like the result of honest hard work. A restaurant, a car wash, a nail salon. These are all businesses that can generate revenue while also providing a front for other activities. But here's the thing, running a successful front business takes work. You can't just open up shop and expect the money laundering to take care of itself. You need to actually run a legitimate business, keep the books clean, and pay your taxes. It's all about maintaining that illusion of normalcy. All right, let's talk smuggling. Smugglers exploit regulations, taxes, and cultural desires to make a killing. They're masters of logistics, finding creative ways to move their product, whether it's through secret compartments in shipping containers or using unsuspecting tourists as mules. The risks? Hefty fines, jail time, or worse. But the higher the stakes, the bigger the payout. Smugglers are always looking for new routes and methods, staying one step ahead of the authorities. Counterfeiting. It's the ultimate game of deception, and the profits can be insane. Think about it. You're creating a copycat version of high-demand products, selling it at a fraction of the original price. Criminals exploit consumer desire and brand recognition. They prey on people's desire to own luxury items without the luxury price tag. The internet makes it easier to reach a global market. The real money in counterfeiting comes from scale. Produce large quantities of convincing fakes and distribute them effectively. It's a high-risk, high-reward game with serious legal consequences if you get caught. It's about understanding the power of branding and perceived value. Drug trafficking is illegal, dangerous, and destroys lives. But it's a multi-billion-dollar industry driven by supply and demand. The profit margins are astronomical due to constant demand, cheap production in one area and high demand in another. The risks are enormous. Law enforcement, rival gangs, and the product itself. But the potential for massive profits often outweighs these risks. It's a complex web of production, transportation, and money laundering, requiring sophisticated logistics and market understanding, built on exploitation, violence, and human misery. Understand the forces that drive it. Even in the darkest corners, economic principles apply. This next topic is incredibly dark and disturbing, but it's important to understand the financial mechanics behind it. Human trafficking is a multi-billion-dollar industry built on the exploitation of vulnerable people. It's the worst kind of business, profiting off of someone else's misery. We need to be aware of this, fight against it, and support organizations combating this horrific industry. All right, let's talk about cybercrime. You know, back in the day, you needed a crowbar and a ski mask for this kind of thing. Now all you need is a laptop and an internet connection. Cybercrime is huge business, and it's only getting bigger. We're talking billions, with A, B, in stolen data, ransoms, and online fraud. Think about it. Identity theft, credit card fraud, hacking into bank accounts, even holding computer systems hostage with ransomware. It's all happening online. These guys are like the digital ghosts, moving unseen through the internet, siphoning off money and leaving a trail of chaos in their wake. And the worst part? It's incredibly difficult to track these guys down. They operate across borders, use sophisticated encryption, and often disappear without a trace. It's like trying to catch smoke with your bare hands. Now, I'm not saying you should go out and become the next big cyber criminal, but understanding how these guys operate is crucial in today's world. Protect your data, be careful what you click on, and for goodness sake, use strong passwords. Finally, we come to the black market. This is the underground economy, the wild west of finance, where pretty much anything goes. We're talking about illegal goods, services, you name it. Weapons, drugs, stolen information, even people. Sadly, the black market thrives on anonymity and a lack of regulation. It's a cash-heavy world where transactions happen under the table and trust is a matter of life and death. And let me tell you, the profits can be absolutely insane. Think about it. When there's high demand and limited supply, prices skyrocket. Add in the risk factor of operating outside the law, and you've got a recipe for some serious wealth accumulation for those willing to take the risk. Of course, I have to say, the black market is dangerous, unethical, and downright illegal. But it's a powerful example of the lengths people will go to for financial gain. It's a stark reminder that money, even in its darkest forms, holds immense power. And there you have it. 20 reasons why true gangsters and criminals often gain wealth. Remember, this video is for educational purposes only. If you enjoyed this content, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more insightful videos. Stay safe and informed.